Well, pretty sure my hive is dead. Ooh, yeah, fun. So took video, opened up the hive, and I was excited. I was going through it. Everything to me at first looked good until I went back and looked at the video. And then once I started looking at the video, I realized that things were bad, very bad. I'm gonna try to put video up on the screen if I can do that. Figure out how to do that, or images or whatever. So I'll show you that in the cells there's multiple eggs that are being laid in a single cell. And what this tends to mean is that the queen is not there. There's no queen. And the worker bees are laying those eggs, but they're unfertilized. So the only thing they can turn out to be is drones. It's like this last ditch attempt to save the hive. That's never going to work. So if I had had a second hive, then what I would have been able to do is take some frames out of that other hive and put them into this hive. Because what happens is that without the queen laying fertilized eggs, the workers can smell that. Basically, there's no pheromones from those fertilized eggs. So the workers smell that and they're like, uh oh, there's no eggs being laid. We should start laying eggs. And so they start laying eggs. So at this point, even if I was to like say, hey, here's a new queen, they would murder her. No problem. They're past that. So the only other way to do it would be to take frames from another hive that have open fertilized brood and put them in there so that they would start to get the pheromones. And then the next couple of days, I'd put another frame in, and then they would their their ovaries basically would switch off and be like, hey, whoa, we shouldn't be laying eggs. What are we doing? So that's the solution I hear about. So yeah, that's the solution that they talk about. That's the best way to do that. Other than that, they basically say shake and forget. So basically, I'm going to pull out the frames. I'm going to shake all the bees off and then store my frames away and store the hive away and forget about the bees. Some of them will find new hives and some of them will die. And that's pretty much where I'm at right now. So I have I send stuff to the local beekeepers association. I posted on Reddit, so I'm trying to get some ideas on what the best way to move forward is. So what I think I'm doing initially is I'm going to buy a new hive, which I already purchased. Hopefully it comes rather quick. And then I'm going to look for a nucleus. The last thing I got was a package of bees. It was basically just a box of bees. But a nuke comes in a box, but it has 4 or 5 filled frames. So the frames are already built up with honey or with combs. There's queen in there. They're laying eggs. There's brood. And I basically take those and install those into the new hive. So tomorrow I'm going to make some calls and see if I can get a nuke. You have to get those locally. They can't be shipped. Or if I can or when I can. So that's what I'm looking into now and waiting for people to respond.